Hello, teachers, and those of you of lesser professions. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to bring news into the classroom. Now, of course, the old school way to do this would be to have a physical copy of a print newspaper where the students could look through and choose articles. But those days, of course, are finished. Most of the students nowadays will be looking at their Instagram feeds or their social media to get their news. And as we know, that can be very undependable and not necessarily true. So here is what I do in my classroom, probably similar to yours. Because we're an MYP school, we have our statement of inquiry. So for current events, our statement of inquiry is current events arise from interconnected social, economic, political, religious, military, and environmental factors. Their outcomes, whether positive or negative, can lead to significant historical change, including watershed moments that reshape societies. All right, that just says where it's at for right now. And we're going to look at a news source and we're going to apply that statement of inquiry to that. The news source we're looking at here is from the PBS NewsHour. And if you look down here at the bottom where it says more, you want to click on that and that will expand out your vision here to where if you look down at the very bottom left side, it says show transcript. If you click on that, you will see a transcript on the right side of the YouTube channel, along with a timestamp for when those words are spoken. Now, to transfer this, there's no real easy one-step way to do it, but do go up to the top and highlight the first line, scroll all the way down, hold the shift key down, and copy that. Can't really see it there on the screen capture, but I copied it. And then you want to put it somewhere where it's safe. So right now I've got my statement of inquiry about what a current event is. And then I also have the transcript ready to go. So I jump over to ChatGPT and I tell Chad, this is the MYP Statement of Inquiry, which I just read there a second ago. Then I say, take a look at the transcript and generate questions related to the statement of inquiry. After you generate the questions, put a timestamp hyperlink to the question so I can jump to the spot in the video that relates to the question. Here is the transcript. This is URL where I got the information from, and that is important in order to synchronize the timestamp with the question. All right, so I paste that along with the transcript, and then it generates questions. So the first segment there in the news wrap is about flooding in Central Texas. I think 2 or 3 of these questions are pretty good. Sometimes they might be a little bit too difficult or a little off topic or not relevant to the students. But I like the 5th one. How might this event reshape public discourse or policy around weather prediction and early warning systems? Okay, another story in the news wrap was about Elon Musk looking to start a new political party. Got 2 questions that were generated. I like the question number 10. What impact might the creation of a new political party by a wealthy entrepreneur have on future elections or democratic norms? At this point in the process, you want to go analog. You could print this out and have the students discuss the questions in small groups and then come back together as a class to discuss it. They could be writing prompts where they individually write down pen and paper in answer to the response after they've watched the video, of course. And many other different variations you can do for the analog classroom. Of course, analog is more important than the digital, and we need to make sure that we keep everything analog as well. Now, there's a lot more you can do with this other than just generate those discussion questions. One extension is you can have a quiz based on the transcript. So just get to ChatGPT and say, here's a transcript. I want you to create an age-appropriate quiz for 9th graders using this transcript as your basis. That's one thing you can do. And for review purposes, you can create collages for this. And this is the prompt you can put in. Just says, create a colorful wide angle collage that captures the main idea of this transcript. and then paste the transcript down. Or if it's already in the chat window, you wouldn't need to paste it again. Chad remembers what the transcript was. And make note that it should say wide angle collage. If it just says collage, it'll give you kind of a narrow picture. So this is what was generated. And we can see the flood, that it was a Christian summer camp that was affected, that the National Guard was involved. There's also a story about the fires in California and how thrift stores are becoming more popular because of economic disparity. And then we have a fairly accurate depiction of Elon Musk getting ready to drown a child, looks like, because they kind of take up a lot of money. All right. And you can print this out, put it up in the physical world in your classroom. And then the next week when they come back in, we could say, let's remember the current events we've had and have a visual cue that works much better than trying to rely on their memories. Thank you for watching. More videos are on the channel. If you subscribe, you'll be alerted as soon as they go up. Thank you and goodbye.